I don't know what happened to you, so I'm excited. Well, not excited, but I'm looking forward to hearing your story. Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever
So
Sean
just
says
go.
whenever you're
ready, guys.
Hi, my name is Emily, and when I was 15 I had hydrocephalus, and then when I was 18 I had a cyst in my brain, and whenever I got it removed then I lost my short-term memory.
So Emily, how did you manage your fatigue?
I managed my fatigue by making sure that I wrote everything down so that I didn't forget, because things were constantly going on in my head, so I couldn't relax. I made sure I didn't use my phone or watch TV or anything like an hour before bed, because it made my brain go mental. I just had to just plan everything so that I knew when I was doing things and when to relax and take a bit of time for myself. This is awful.
Just really, we start, you're thinking about your life. What's difficult at the moment and what works well?
The difficulties I have at the moment are remembering to do things, because I now live in my own house. It's hard to have to go to work and then come home and try and run a house, and then my head just never stops, so I find it difficult to sleep. Just remembering to do things is probably the hardest thing for me.
And what works well, Emily?
Writing everything down, writing things down. I write them on my phone mainly because I always have my phone with me. Setting alarms just to remind me to do things, and yeah.
Perfect. That's really good. Okay. Sorry, Kira, I do that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So my next two questions were, what technology do you use to aid your memory, or to help, to help your memory? And then the second question would be, how is it, oh wow, that's the same thing. So what?
Am I supposed to be looking straight?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So how do you manage your memory problems?
Okay, so I manage my memory problems by writing notes on my phone, and if I have to go to the shop and get anything, I write a list on my phone. Setting reminders on my phone so that the alarm goes off and then I remember to do it. Because basically my phone is never in my hand, so it's just handier for me to have my phone all the time and have reminders set on it.
Some questions.
Okay.
So, Emily, what advice would you give yourself when you were younger, when all this started? What would you say? What would you have liked to have heard? Or what was the most difficult thing back then?
The most difficult thing for me when it first happened was people not understanding and people just treating me like I was normal because they look normal. And I found that very hard because I couldn't keep up and I couldn't remember things, and it frustrated me and it frustrated them. But I'd probably tell myself now to just, it's not the end of the world, just write things down and get on with it, basically.
Brilliant. And Emily, just look at the camera again. I'm just wondering if you could maybe speak to, it sounds like actually understanding your brain injury has been really helpful for you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you could maybe just say what was, you and Kira were working together to help you understand why things were happening, why you found it difficult. Was that easier? You weren't getting frustrated with yourself as much?
Yeah, because...
Maybe speak of it. So what was helpful about understanding how the brain injury affected you, and then giving yourself a little bit of a break about needing a bit of help here and there?
Understanding my brain injury helped me because I thought I didn't need to write things down. I thought I could do it and I would remember. And a lot of times I did remember, but I had things in my head all the time. So with Kira advising me to write things down on my phone, my mind was clear then because I knew I had it wrote down and I knew I was going to remember. So that's what helped me, and it helped me with my sleep and everything because my head was just all over the place.
And would you say you got less frustrated with yourself then?
Yeah, I definitely got less frustrated with myself because it was not that knowing I had to remember something but I couldn't remember what it was, and it just used to drive me mad. But now that I have a reminder and I remember what it is, and you sort of I feel like relief whenever I know that I've all the things that I wanted to remember done, and then I feel relaxed and a lot better.
And Emily, just a couple more questions. This is brilliant. What advice would you give your family family, you know, what would you want them to know, or people, so if this happened to somebody else today, God forbid, you know, what would you like their family to know about how best to help the person with a brain injury? You know,
Yeah.
is it to ignore it, or is it to kind of always help with everything, or is it like what's the best advice you could give a family member of someone that might go through what you've been through?
The advice that I would give would be to not be hard on them, because that's the worst thing you can do, because then it makes them more mad at themselves. Try to understand as best as you can, but don't do everything for them, because I have to do things myself, or else I would be useless. So it's what got me better, I think, was doing things myself. So definitely be there for them, listen, try and advise them to write things down, like my parents did with me as well. And just don't be hard on them, because it's not going to get them better.
Beautiful, thank you.
Not the end of the world.
Are we rolling?
No.
Just
Just go
okay,
easy.
so what's your advice?
My advice would be to just relax and go easy on yourself, because it's not the end of the world, and I thought it was, and I could not cope at all, but Ciara helped me loads, and now I'm doing really well, and it's not the end of the world at all. I'm getting on with life. It's great.